guys, welcome to my channel. Many thanks for joining. As the video title suggests, I'm going to be covering 5 areas that I particularly love about my Golf R. There are many points that I could actually wrought up on loves of my Golf R, because it is a brilliant car. But these are 5 of my top 5, I guess, of my loves of my Golf R. First of which is the DSG Gearbox, which essentially is 2 manual gearboxes mated together so that the next gear is always ready for you. So the car changes gear instantaneously. It's in milliseconds. What that means is your acceleration is quicker than if you had a manual gearbox. So for instance, the 0 to 60 time of the Golf R with the DSG gearbox is 4.6 seconds, which is pretty darn quick. And the 0 to 60 time of the Golf R with a manual gearbox is 5.1 seconds. So it's half a second slower to manually change the gears. The DSG is so much more instant. And the DSG is so much more versatile. You can actually use it as a manual. If I was to change it across to, I've just moved the lever across to the left. It's now brought it into manual mode, so I can change gear with the paddles on the back of the steering wheel here. So I've brought it down to 4th, accelerate, 5th, 6th, 7th for me, just flicking the paddles. Bring it back into standard drive auto mode, and even in drive auto mode, if I decide I want to suddenly overtake something, I can see there's a gap in the traffic coming the other way, I can actually flick down the gears on the paddles on the back of the steering wheel myself. So I can maybe flick it down 2 or 3 gears, accelerate quickly, and then I can hold the up shift paddle for a few seconds and it'll go back into auto mode, or if I don't change gear for a few seconds anyway, or for about 10 seconds I think it is, it will then change back to drive mode. And then when you put the car into sports mode or race mode, the gearbox will actually go into sports mode, which will hold the revs longer and change down earlier, so it's a far more sportier feel. So that's the gearbox. Excellent gearbox, very much recommend it. When I was a much younger person, I always swore I'd never have an automatic, and this kind of an auto, but it isn't, because they've progressed so much more than they were when they were automatics. And as I say, this is really, it's 2 manual gearboxes mated together, so you've got best of both worlds. You've got automatic, leave it in drive, just sit here, press the accelerator, press the brake, it's all you have to do all day long. And then you can play with the paddles, so you can shift it up, shift it down, which makes it such a versatile car to drive. And then there's the stop-start. But what I particularly like about the Volkswagen stop-start, or the one in the Golf R, is the way you can actually start the engine. One, the car's radar will actually detect the car in front of you moving and start the engine, and then you just gently press the accelerator and you can move along behind it. Or 2, if you're at the beginning of the traffic queue, let's say, and so there's no car in front for the radar to detect, you can give the steering wheel a little jig and it will start the engine. Or the 3rd way is you can just press the accelerator. I prefer to just jiggle the steering wheel, get the engine started before accelerating, because if you press the accelerator a little bit hard, the engine starts and you're off, and it can be a little bit jerky. But by starting the engine with a little flick of the steering wheel, smooth as you like. And another way is you can actually turn the key yourself and start the engine. So there's 4 ways that the engine will start when you're in the stop-start facility. And of course the stop-start, when it engages, if you've got the auto brake set, it will actually bring on the brakes as well. So you can sit here totally relaxed, don't have to have any feet on the pedals, all the brakes are on, and then it will just release the brakes as soon as you start to pull away. It's like an instantaneous thing. That's point 1, the DSG box. Point 2, the stop-start facility. Point 3 is the adaptive cruise control. Now, if you've seen my video of my hates of the Golf R, I do mention the adaptive cruise control when travelling at speed on the motorway. However, on B roads, and like I'm in currently at the moment, I'm in the 50 limit where we've got traffic works on the motorway. You put the adaptive cruise control on. I've actually got it set at 50 miles an hour. It's a 50 limit, average speed check. And if the car's in front, because the radar system again will detect the cars in front and keep me a certain distance to the cars in front. So if the cars in front do slow down a little, my car will just slow down a little. And as they speed up, my car will speed up to the speed that I've set it at, which is very, very nice. It's a brilliant feature. Consequently, you don't have to watch your speedo all the time just to make sure you're not going over 50. You can just watch what's going on and be totally attentive to all the traffic that's around you. You don't have to think, okay, I've got to watch that, I'm not going over 50, because that's the only danger when you're in the 50 limit, is sometimes you can creep over 50 without realising it. But if you set your cruise control to 50, you don't have to worry about it. The car will not go over 50 miles an hour. So just now, the cars in front slowed down. I know there's a bit more congestion just ahead, and we're now down to 47 miles an hour. My car just slowed down for me. I didn't have to do anything. Fantastic feature. So I'm able to watch everything that's going on around me. So that's a really, really neat feature of the adaptive cruise control. And we have the auto brake, which is another fantastic feature. You don't actually have a handbrake. You've got this little electronic lever here, which brings on the auto brake. And you can have it set to actually automatically come on. So that when you're actually in traffic and stop-start is engaging itself and the engine turns off, the auto brake will actually activate itself as well. So you don't have to sit here with your feet on the pedals. You can sit totally relaxed. The brakes come on. It's almost like when you come to a stop and you pull the handbrake on in traffic. It's essentially the same thing. Pulls on the handbrake, and then when the engine starts and you start to pull away, it disengages the handbrake. Another neat feature. Just makes it such a nice, relaxing car to drive when you're driving in traffic. Just makes it very easy. You don't have to worry about handbrake starts, hill starts, that sort of thing. It does it all for you. Brilliant feature. So we've covered the DSG Gearbox, the auto brake, the adaptive cruise control on the plus side, and the stop-start facility. And the fifth thing is the seats. A couple of areas on the seats. One is the comfort. They are firm seats, but firm seats are great because they give you good support. You can feel you're totally supported in the seat. And because this is the Golf R, this has the quite pronounced side bolsters on both sort of like your thighs and on the sides of your ribs. So it holds you in beautifully, and it's just so comfortable. I mean, if round, you have got a bit of movement, but you're kind of cocooned in your seat. Very, very comfortable seats. And so when you are doing a long journey, you're pretty comfortable. Very, very rarely do you kind of like get a stiff back and need to be moving around a bit. So that's a really, really neat feature of the Golf R. I think the GTI has similar seats with quite pronounced side bolsters. But I also want to mention the material on the seats as well. I have what comes as standard, which is the Alcantara and fabric in the middle, and I like that. It's probably a personal preference, but I think that's a good looks quite posh with the Alcantara, and I think it actually looks better than the leather. But the seats, as I say, brilliant. You can raise the driver's seat up and down. Obviously, you can forwards, backwards, and you can bring the backrests. You've got a wheel for the backrest, so you've got multiple positions on the backrest, so that gives you very, very good comfort. Love the seats in the Golf R. So on a long journey, you don't get all stiff and need to get out and sort of like have a stretch. It's just really comfortable. So many thanks for watching, and if you found this video of interest, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. There are many more videos coming. It's going to be it's a continual thing. I'm going to be progressing the channel. There's going to be more car reviews. There's a lot more about my racing, and there's going to be a lot around building a new race engine for my race car. So please do subscribe. I hope the content is of interest, and look forward to keeping you entertained as we go forward.